Hello, everyone, and welcome to this very special conversation. We have Saumya Misra with us. Well, you may say that yes, she's a household name already after that massive, positioning that she had in one of the most popular startup shows of the country. Saumya, congratulations! And Avataar Skincare Technologies is actually something that people are talking about. Did you anticipate this kind of massive success of Avatar in the short span of time?
Not really. I am also very pleasantly surprised with the kind of love that we've been getting since that episode aired. The episode also the way it turned out, I had not imagined that the things would go the way they went. But since then, we are grappling hard to answer all the inquiries and fulfill all the orders. So completely unexpected, but we are. Very grateful for the kind of response that we've received from our customers and potential customers.
So tell us about your journey, because you did surprise all the sharks there on that episode. But more than that, this journey of a girl who's from a small town India doesn't, but is completely driven. Do you think that is what India is today? It's about women like you, Saumya Misra, who just rises out of nowhere, and then she's only driven by her own aspirations.
I guess so, because a lot of my friends from Bhopal are also up to doing great things. And when we grew up, we thought that we would be much ahead of our parents' generation if we could have just a flourishing career. We did not
Hmm.
think that or I definitely did not think that I would have my own venture which would grow so quickly, and we would be employing hundreds of people. But I think that's what the new India is. There's so many opportunities. The ecosystem has come up in a certain way where there is a set playbook to start up. There are resources which are available. There's so many accelerators. There's so many government initiatives which are helping out budding entrepreneurs. And now finally people have also started to speak about women in entrepreneurship. So I think
Hmm.
lot of discussions have started to happen about the funding being skewed towards a particular gender, the challenges that women entrepreneurs face. So I think things are only getting better. And yes, I think Bharat is emerging. Good large startups are no more just a metro story. You see small ventures mushrooming in smaller cities as well.
Yes. So, should we talk about you in the context of a Bhopal girl or now a well entrenched Delhi girl?
I think nobody can take out Bhopal from me, because it's so much the part of my conditioning and growth and values. Delhi is very different, and I'm still settling in Delhi. So it's been only 4 years since the time I moved here. But we are building a national brand. We've also started. We did start with Delhi, and then Bombay, and then Pune, Bangalore. But now, we are also in cities like Ludhiana, Chandigarh. We'll be opening up Lucknow and Indore very soon. So I would say I'm still a small town girl than a metro girl, and because that's where we want to take Avatar to.
Yeah.
But of course, the exposure here really helps. The talent here
Okay.
really
Tell,
is
tell
helping.
us about the journey of Avatar, because you made a very interesting point in that episode, Soumya, where you said, "Don't compare us with anybody." Where which the sharks saw as lacking humility, but for a small town girl who started her own startup and has taken it to next level, clearly is only ensuring that this group increases by leaps and bounds. Do you wish to be compared at all?
I don't. It's not that I don't want to get compared at all, but the objection that we have for is, don't label us with something very simplistic. Where when we are up to something that is very unique, be it the way we are utilizing tech, the way we are using artificial intelligence, the kind of technology that is going into the device, the kind of treatments that have been designed by the doctor. So a lot of effort has gone into the way we have modeled our economics, so that these treatments could be extremely affordable, even though when we are doing these at home. So the problem that we have is, if just think of us as another Me Too brand, I think it downplays the kind of effort and thinking that has gone into building this. But of course, we respect anyone and everyone who's making modern treatments available to everybody. And we are also learning. There are a few things that our competitors do better, and we are trying to learn from them. And hopefully we are also providing opportunities for our competitors to learn from. So I think the ecosystem always gets it. Still, the category is in nascent stage and everyone's important. But it's just that we stand for certain things which are unique, and that's why
Okay,
we
so let
come.
me ask you about that. What makes you unique?
Right. So just the entire customer journey, in this category starts with awareness. So we are not looking for affluent women who are already taking these treatments, and let's take a share from them. We are really creating awareness to everyone. We want to take these treatments from the very affluent class to all the class across the spectrum. So we're making it accessible, we're making it affordable in terms of the
Hmm.
effectiveness of the treatment. India, when it comes to skincare, lags decades behind where South Korea is, or where the US is, or where Turkey is. Now there's no reason, when we are doing so well everywhere, when it comes to simple things like, or I would even say meaningless things like how I look, the best should be available to everyone. And that is what we
Absolutely.
stand for, and that is what we're making available. And that's the core principle which kind of sets us apart.
No, but again, let me rephrase it and make you speak a little more about Avatar. Uh, what is it? How is your technology different from many which is there in the market? And when you emphasize on affordability, so what is in the affordable category?
Right, sure. So, on the technology, for example, if you would go to any clinic and say, for example, I want to get a pigmentation treatment. So, there is a thing, everybody says, okay, we'll give you a laser treatment. Now, the difference between the kind of laser treatment that we do and the other person does is, so in our case, you take a picture, you have to fill a form, and there is an artificial engineering driven engine which takes into
Hmm.
account your medical history, your the severity of the issue, where you live, what is your lifestyle, and then comes up with the right intensity, the fluence, the frequency of the treatment that needs to be given, not just in the first session but across the session. So that's number one. Number two, when you come to the devices itself, the specifications of the devices are world class. When
Mhm.
we come to the safety of the devices, there is, I would say, again taking a guess, but I'm not exaggerating when I say 90% of the devices that are being used in the clinics in the country are uncertified. Whereas we have at least two certification on each of these. And then the fourth thing is, just the combination of technology. So none of our sessions involve just one device or one technology. We always believe in using combination of technology, so that you are treating a particular issue at five different levels.
Hmm.
You're treating it on the surface, one level below, two level below, so the results are much quicker. When it comes to affordability, so it all comes to the business model. So we,
Hmm.
rather than buying equipment from established brand from US or Germany, we get these contract manufactured from different parts of the world. And then we've got those certified. So our sourcing is way more competitive than anyone else. And then we are a no frills company. So, generally people associate skin clinic with a five-star luxury
Hmm.
establishment, and you have very well-groomed people who are speaking English, and you're served like expensive teas and coffee. So we don't invest in all of that. So we
Hmm.
have a very good device, we have a well-trained technician, and we use the customer's infrastructure, their home, their electricity, to service these. And that's another place where we are able to cut the cost. And then the final thing is, we also believe in passing a lot of benefit to the customer. So, for any other clinic, it's a very high margin business. It's not for us, because we are doing this for everybody. We are playing the volume game versus, let's get somebody, bill them 1 or 2 lakhs, and
Who was
just
your
have.
first customer, and why did she or he come to you?
Our first customer was from Ghaziabad. Her name is Suvarna. And then she took a hydrofacial session from us. And, the area where she was living, we sent our therapist. It was our first appointment with the bed, machines, everything in an Uber. And turns out that, the area where she was living, the Uber can't even get in. And then two young girls, they carried the bed, the machine, everything on the third floor. And that's when we learned that there is demand existing everywhere, and we need to solve for mediums. And now we've solved everything, right? We have trolleys, and we have stuff to deal with locations like these. But that was something that gave us a lot of confidence that the business is just everywhere, and this can really be a large business.
And skincare for with affordability is perhaps, I would say, the big takeaway here. Mm, Before I let you go, I want to understand also, how has the growth been? I mean, I know it's phenomenal. I'm not going to reveal the secret of your revenue, but still, Soumya, in terms of numbers, how has it been? When did you, the day from the day you started to now? How many people do you employ? How has it grown?
Right. So the growth has been this tremendous. So I come from a management consulting background. One point in time, I used to evaluate startups on their growth trajectory, etc. So there are certain benchmarks that we have kept for ourselves, that there should be a minimum 15 to 20% month-on-month growth, and which is what the team has been delivering. Kudos to them. The first month when we started, we were doing about 1.5 lakhs rupees a month, about a year back. And we've crossed the 1 crore rupee monthly milestone in February. So that's like almost 100x. And then we want to do about 10x this year. So by end of this year, we want to become 100 crore annual run rate revenue company. We employ about 220 people, and we are only adding because there's so much demand. And especially after the episode aired, we don't have enough capacity, we don't have enough equipment. The tech is breaking down because of the demand. So a lot of hustle in the organization. And while the startup ecosystem is in the layoff mode, we are in, like, let's get as many people in, because we're really growing.
Great. Thank you for sharing your story, and thank you for speaking to NDTV.
Thank you.